but they can hear us.
Okay.
So we'll cycle through.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then if you need to leave early, you can. It's all good. It's not, you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings if you have to leave early or if you end up coming late. No big deal.
Cool.
You can rotate
Okay.
also. The people we don't see, you can drop somebody off maybe and let them come in, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get it started, and I'm gonna celebrate with Ilonka for a minute, and then I'm gonna remove myself. If she comes back on, and we'll add her, so you guys can all kind of communicate, and then I'll be the person that pops in and out. Feel like I'm half in this room, half in another. It'll be fun. So, okay, are you guys all ready? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm ready.
All right, I love it. All right, here we go. Hello and welcome, everybody. Oh my goodness, it is November 1st. Can you guys believe it? It is launch day for Ilonka and Quantum Rebel is what's going on today. What a better way to kick off November than to have a book launch and to celebrate and to do all of this fun stuff. So Ilonka, fill us in. Who all is partying with us? Who all is celebrating with you today?
Yes, I thank you, Amy, for organizing this beautiful get together. And I can't think of a better way to celebrate the birthday of Quantum Rebel with all these fellow Quantum Rebels in the room, because that's really what Quantum Rebel is about, empowering each other. These are all people that are here to uplift themselves as well as the world around them. So I'll just kind of go around. I'll start with my fellow transformational authors. Deborah Livet, I'll start with you. She just released her amazing book, Hey Me, Where Have You Been? And it is reminding us to come home to us and to really live our lives from that highest self. And she became an instant bestseller. So yay, my friend. And then there's Julie Wignell. She's another amazing transformational author, and her powerful book, The Extraordinary Power of Fireflies. Fireflies and Quantum Rebels are soul family because it's all about these seemingly unconventional, change makers that are doing, their life's work and helping to uplift the world. So amazing. And then let me see, Dr. Araba Afenya Anan. I hope I said that well, Araba, because I always call her Araba. Araba and I, we had the honor of writing our books together. We were with Christine in Christine's Closers, amazing accelerated Get Your Book Done program. So that has been, it's been heartwarming to have walked this path together. She's an amazing story also, which soon her book is coming out. She's a retired physician and has turned into a certified counselor and parenting coach and award-winning speaker, transformational leader, beautiful soul sisters we are, Araba. Let me see. There's Christine and Carrie. They have been amazing in our path to becoming transformational authors. Thank you so much, Christine, for your intuitive guidance, really helping us to bring the best out of us as transformational authors. It has been amazing, the journey. Thank you. And thank you to Carrie and the entire Kapusha team in making this happen for us. So let me see. Is Lauren in the out? These are some of my fellow change makers who are, really disrupting the world in beautiful ways, creating transformational change. Lauren, I'm not sure if she's here yet. She may be coming later, but she's an elite metaphysical mentor and working really with an important group, because these are the men, the evolutionary men that she gives a space for their disruptive innovations. Go, Lauren. And let me see, Priscilla is a super, super kind-hearted, Haven't met a more soft and yet powerful empowerment mentor. And she seamlessly integrates the ancient Chinese practices to empower her clients to live a holistic and prosperous life. And where's Tracy? Some of them may be coming later, but at least I've introduced them already. Performance coach, also visionary behind the space time alchemy. Tracy, you're revolutionizing the profound healing properties of the Bach flower essences, and helping to elevate consciousness and help fulfill your clients their highest aspirations. Let me see. Let me see. There is Monifa. She will be coming too. Amazing voice confidence coach for CEOs, founders, and conscious leaders. And she really empowers them to use their voice to attract and also retain their ideal clients. I've been in the hands of Monifa, and I couldn't have been more grateful for that. And let me see. My dear friend Tor. What can I say? Chief tribe of the Legacy Forge. You say it always short, raising frequencies and helping us to become or create our amazing legacies and help change the world. It's an honor to be a friend and to be on this path together. And then I have my dear friend Juliette Chiu. We go way back. She is the creator of Shuko Wellness here in the University of Aruba. And she has helped spread that to other educational institutes here for mental health and well-being. Juliette was a visionary when visionary wasn't the thing yet in Aruba. And it's been a pleasure and an honor to walk this path with you, Juliette. Thank you for being here. And let's see, Ernie, holistic engineer, inventor, sustainable manufacturing pioneer. He was a pioneer in the Netherlands, bringing renewable energy in, and now he's bringing it to the rest of the world. And he is also my husband and chief supporter. I couldn't have done this without you. And this is our time, and I'm so grateful to be on the path together. Let me see. Do I have everybody? I did Christine. Laura is not in the room, but I have to mention her. I know she's listening. She couldn't make it today. Laura is an amazing trailblazer. We're connected at the soul level. She's the founder of the Holistic Enterprise and the Holistic Business University. And she is really on a mission to inspire 1 million leaders by 2027 to create holistic business ecosystems. And she's the one that made this beautiful quote. Can you imagine if the boardrooms, we bring soul and impact into the boardrooms? So Laura, it's beautiful to be on this path together. And I hope I didn't skip anyone. There's Amy and Mickey. Amy makes marketing and social media and book launches seem easy. And thank you for the work you do. She works, in an amazing way as a great team with Mickey. He as a publicist, they're helping to bring Quantum Rebel into the world. And he keeps me busy. He has an amazing network, very diverse, getting me on different shows and articles. So thank you for what you do. You all will get to introduce yourselves in your own way, but I wanted to take this time to kind of, to share what you have meant to me and how I see you in my eyes. Beautiful Quantum Rebels. And it's amazing to celebrate Quantum Rebel with you today.
I love it. I don't even know how to follow that up. I mean, you guys are all amazing and very influential, if how Ilonka just worded it. So it's just like, oh crap, how am I supposed to follow all that, right? Oh my goodness. That's it. I love to hear that though. Like your community is strong, your support system is strong, which I'm sure all of you guys know, whether you're on with us or you're listening or you're watching us later. An author needs a support system. It's important to have. You need to have people in your corner, people that encourage you to go on and to do it and to write that book that you've been wanting to write and impact however you were meant to impact, right? And so, Ilonka, I want to get you talking about your book. You've mentioned all these amazing people and the impact that they've had and the things that they've done, how they've influenced and impacted you. But tell us about your book. I'm dying to know. Go into your book. Tell us about it. I know you're like me and we don't like talking about ourselves. But Ilonka, this is all for you. You've got to talk about yourself and talk about your book.
All
So tell
right.
us all about it.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you. I appreciate that invite. Yes, Quantum Rebel is. That's why I said it's really beautiful to have you all here because you are the practical implementation of what it really is. It's about transcending traditional success and really transforming our life and leadership with the power of inspiration. And so it's not. We're used to living in containerized, there's business, there's life, and it's all separate. And Quantum Rebel invites us to really embrace the fullness of who we are. We're mind, body, heart, and soul. And in a very non dogmatic way, but really embracing our quantum nature and allowing us to align with the purest part of who we are, which is our soul essence. And from there, create the beauty that we came to spread into the world. So Quantum Rebel really invites us to attain inner mastery because we live in this world, lots of injustice. We get fed, from when we're little, our brains are such that we absorb the information around us. So a lot of the work starts with ourselves. I always tell the leaders that I work with, I said, it starts with the person in the mirror. It's then, and not on the outside. And however, it's turning that around and saying in a positive way and being more loving to ourselves, but going that deeper route and attaining inner mastery so that we actually, Ernie was the one that came up with this phrase to become a work in acceleration rather than a work in progress. Thank you, Ernie, that I could take the phrase and put it in Quantum Rebel. But it's good to let everybody know that that's where one day he said, Ilonka, that's it. So
I'm gonna send the bill later.
okay. So from that level of inner mastery and working from a pure self, really fulfill your soul's deepest calling, as you lead and execute, at the highest levels of inspiration and effectiveness. There was a time that I was only into the effectiveness part, and through my own experience and my own awakening, that's what came through, that it's really about both, where inspiration is really a transformative force, not only in our personal lives but also in business, because when we show up with our full self, and we are inspired from the inside, now we can bring creativity into the work that we do, and we work at a level where we are open to wisdom that is not our own, but to universal wisdom. And we just become so much fuller in what we bring into the world. So I would say to kind of give it a cap, Quantum Rebel is more than a book. It's really a movement and a transformative call, and to invite us to unleash that visionary voice in us and align that with our soul essence, and from there impact our life, leadership, and business.
So, what was the writing process like for you? Because the book sounds like a very deep book, right? And I'm all about deep thinking, really taking a deep dive internally, focusing on, what you can fix internally deep down and putting that out. I love doing deep dives like that. So, yeah, okay. For all of you guys on here, I haven't written a book. I market books. Okay. If any of you guys were lucky to not get an email from me and you got it from Ilonka, because I am like a grammar vandal. I do that all the time. It's terrible. So can you imagine me writing a book? It just wouldn't happen. But I want to know, because I don't get to have this conversation very often with books that really do take a deep dive. And so I'm curious, and I'm sure people listening and watching, and you guys at one point were curious, what was that writing process like for you? Because it is a very deep topic, is what it sounds like. So How do you write such a deep book without like going deeper, like internally? So what was that process like?
So I think Quantum Rebel was writing itself before I knew I was writing it, because it has been part of my journey of finding that my true self. And I think the story that really stands out is when I was working 20 years in the US, and I felt like, the gerbil kind of going around and around and around and around. And, I would come home at night and I would look back and it's like, okay, what did I just do today? And so at some point when I came back to the island here and started walking on the beaches barefoot, it was this process of letting go, of calming the mind, and actually remembering again what it was like when I was a little girl. I was always empathically connected with. I spoke to my animals, spoke to my plants, and that's where actually the first book came, which were poems that I started getting these downloads. And it was just totally surprising to me because I'd never seen myself as a writer or anything like that. So it has been that process um, of purifying myself. And so that's why I talk about in the book also. I said, a lot of us, we talk about this, but we don't, it doesn't, because I said the garbage in, garbage out, so we have unfortunately absorbed a lot of garbage of the world, which isn't our own. And it's this process of letting go that makes room now for new wisdom to flow in. So, and I specifically write that in the book too, that it's been a how do you say that, it's been a co-creation. And then when this formally started, that was with I love the container that Christine and her team made for us, because with her intuitive insights and having authors along the way with you, it was supposed to take 1 year, Amy, but it took 3 years.
Yeah,
And
it needed to come out at its own time. And all of you guys are laughing because you guys have all published a book and you're all like, yeah, 1 year sounds great. And you're like 3 years later, right? And the book's finally out. So they kind of picked their own time to come. And so, that's not the first time I've heard it. And I laughed just like all of you guys did when they're like, my book's going to come out in 6 months. You're like, I hope so. I hope so.
So it's that process. It's that process of inner work and outer work, and finding, and it's through rediscovering your balance. And I'll like, even with my poems, it's like almost like an alarm that when I don't get any poems or inspiration, I just like, okay, Ilonka, look at your life. I'm rushing, I'm stressing, I'm doing all those things, which we think we need to do because we have this to-do list and stuff, but it's actually what actually makes us less efficient, and doesn't allow that wisdom to come through. So that has been, and the beauty is that, and Juliette was very instrumental in that part, because she was part of the proofreading group, and she said to me, Ilonka, your book is really, it's part autobiographical, and then you go into these conceptual frameworks, which I knew it was, but she said it in such a way, it was like, yeah, that's it. So it is, it's through my own experiences, like when I thought that I had kind of done the work, and it was like, because these poems had come, I had published my poem bundle, then I realized it was just starting, and that is this part, that beyond the personal development, there is something that I call quantum expansion and soul mastery, where we really step into and ask the questions, who am I, in a different way, and that's a journey in itself. And that's the invitation also to us. And it's a nuance for the leaders, so that we start creating the new systems and structures where where we can show up as our whole selves. How about that, Amy?
See, yeah, you're making me internally deep think about myself, right? Because you were going through this whole list, and it somewhat gave me like anxiety because I was like, oh crap, this is me. When you're like, you're stressing, you're running around, you're doing all these things, right? And for me, I do, some of the things that you talked about, but a lot of my deeper thinking when I'm cold plunging, sitting in ice cold water so I don't have to focus on the fact that I'm freezing, right? Is when I do that. So your book is a big interest to me, and someone that likes to take those deep dives and deep thinking and stuff. But your process in writing it was beautiful, and you said it already kind of was there. You just had to frame it, right? Which I love. So I'm going to go out on a limb here with everyone that is on, and then I'll pop off to let all those. We do have people in the waiting room, you guys. Oh my gosh! So I want to take a limb here, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. And we're just going to do popcorn. I like to keep it organic like that. But I'm assuming all of you guys had a role in this book, whether you read it, you gave advice, right? Or Ernie over there who pushed Ilonka to write the book, which I'm a huge fan of. High five to you. I love it. We need more Ernies in the world that's going to, push people to write books. I love it. So I'm curious to hear what all of your guys' role was in helping Ilonka get this book out. And you guys are here today celebrating with her. So I'm assuming that it is a very important role, even if it's just support to Ilonka. I feel like that's the most important role. So I want to get you guys talking so I can learn more about you and your role on helping this book come out today and kicking off November with me. I thoroughly enjoy it. So I love to meet new people, but I want to hear about the impact that you guys have made on this book. So who wants to go first? Or I'm just going to start calling on people.
I can go first.
Okay, go, Deborah.
All right. So let's see. The first time we met was at the, what's it called? It was a manifestation meeting in York, Pennsylvania, just last year, actually. And out of that came a group of us that call ourselves the Transformational Authors. And that's where we encourage each other when we're feeling like this is never going to happen. And of course, it is going to happen because you have people behind you who are praying, who are believing and pushing for you to get done. So that was how we did it.
I love that. I think that's important. You need someone like that in your life. I think it's important. So who wants to go next?
Well, I'll jump in because I was there and part of the group and we connected. And when you work on something like this, sometimes it can feel like it's just you and then there's the rest of the world, and you start connecting and you go, wow, what everybody else is doing is so important, and what Ilonka has birthed to the world that she's now sharing. This is just, this is a kindred soul, and it's not just the connecting one-on-one, it's knowing that we all have a joint connection and partnership where we're all trying to work to make the world a better place. And it's all connected, and we're all tweaking it and doing it just a little bit differently. And we need each other because we complement each other in terms of what they do. And I have to tell you, Ilonka's book is amazing, and I encourage you to read it and read it deeply. These are, the concepts she shares are things that we all need to be talking about, and they need to be part of our daily conversation. And then add to that, you've got this amazing poetry that's interspersed in between. So that it really touches you on a heart level. And now that I've said my part, I want to point fingers over here to Carrie, who's on the call with us from the publishing aspect, because we've all gone through the writing the book, which it's Transformational Authors, because the truth is we're trying to transform the world, but the concept of writing this book has transformed, I think, each one of us. And the person who helps birth that along with Christine is Carrie. I keep joking that Carrie needs to write a book of her own that says Breathe. That's the name of Carrie's book. It's the one thing that we all hear when that 1 year turns into 3, turns into 4. There's Carrie just saying, just breathe. It's okay, just breathe.
Can you
love it.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
This is Christine. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, yes, I could not be the CEO of a publishing company that has published nearly 700 transformational voices to date without Carrie doing everything that Carrie does, running the team, the production, and all of that. So I, as publisher, just want to give a huge shout out to Carrie and the rest of the team that makes this dream possible for amazing clients like Deborah and like Julie and like Ilonka and like, 600 something others. But what I really want to say today is, Ilonka, I'm just going to speak to you. I can't really look at you because I do have to keep an eye on the road. But what I want to say to you really and acknowledge is the dedication that you really had to doing that deep dive. Because I was there sometimes when you were like hesitant, when we were sitting in the room in York, Pennsylvania, and, sitting in one-on-one conversations, and you just kept going, and you kept going with such a depth of commitment to the purity, the power, and the importance of your message, how you wanted to deliver your message. And I just really want to honor and recognize you for that. Because you could have published a different book a lot sooner, right? But it wouldn't have been the iteration that, is coming out into the world today. Yeah. And I don't know about anyone else here, but if we are going to, hope that we can have some impact on this world to really see a new humanity, a new human experience on this planet, it is happening on the quantum levels, right? It is not happening on these, finite fixed levels. It is happening on the quantum levels. So I just think that, a book titled Quantum Rebel, like especially right now in history, Ilonka, I think, it took a little longer than we thought it would, but the timing is certainly divine. So congratulations. And, as a publisher all these years, and I know Carrie and the rest of the team feels like it's like when you birth a book, like we birth a book. So I'm just, I'm celebrating you and the team and everything it took to make this happen at a time when I think the world is readier than ever for a message like what you've got. So just congratulations. Thanks for inviting us here today.
Thank you. Thank you from the heart for those beautiful words.
Who wants to follow that?
Right?
I'm just throwing it out there because I had to follow all of y'all's introductions, and if I don't get nervous doing these, but having all of you guys and the way that Ilonka talked about you, I'm not gonna lie, I had to take a sip of my drink. I was like, oh, okay, give me a minute, right? Oh my goodness.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
I love it though, because it shows what a powerful support system you have, right? And I think that that's important in any round that you're going with, and any, a book that's supposed to come out in a year and it's 3 years, hey, that's just numbers. It's okay. But it's, it shows the dedication, the support behind your book and behind you writing it. And so I'm okay. Y'all can intimidate me and I'm here for it. I am here for it, because you know what? If you weren't, then I don't know if I would be growing as a person or in this field, because I've done this for a long time, right? When you stop getting nervous about something, I'm glad I get nervous about it now. Makes me happy. So thank you guys for bringing all this support and powerhouse for Ilonka. I enjoy it 100%. So now who wants to follow that? I think that's an easier way to follow. You can follow this. That's easier. Okay. So
I do.
Okay, go.
I do. Because I want to be able to piggyback off of Christine and what she brings to all of us to allow us to do what we do. And it was really a pleasure, Ilonka, to work alongside of you, to remind you of things, to remind you to breathe, and to, remind you of all the little things that are needed to get you out there and get you published. It has been a pleasure. And I appreciate that Christine has been able to be here to speak on behalf of all of us at Kapusha that are behind the scenes, and that I'm so excited that this is finally here for you, Ilonka. I know that it's been a labor of love for you, and many iterations and shifting gears from when we first received that manuscript, and the
Few
feedback.
assessments later.
A few assessments later, but that now you are here. So enjoy this, and I look forward to hearing more as you venture out into the world and share this beautiful message that you have with everyone. So thank you for choosing us and that we could be alongside you.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
And I'll speak if that's okay, right along with Carrie. So I've had the joy and the pleasure and the honor of being with Ilonka on this ride. She and I are cohort mates. And what I can say is, as we have all been, wrestling with what is trying to come out of our soul, right? Trying to clear that space and grapple with what is it and who am I, as you talk about, Ilonka. And I love that, of course, Miracle says, I do not know this thing that I am, because it's true. We do not know who and what we are until we undertake a process like this. And what I remember so clearly is by the time we got to our author retreat in York, you were carrying, and this is several iterations later, but you were completely holding the high priestess energy. And I just remember so clearly how that energy and that vision was already taking place. So when I saw the photograph that was going to be the cover of your book, I was like, I already knew this, because you walked into the room and you held that. You held that possibility, that space, that knowing, that ancient knowing for all, and that all is possible for all. So I thank you for that, my dear.
That is amazing. Thank you for those words. Thank you. Thank you from the depth of my soul for seeing me. Yes. Amy, it's getting harder and harder.
I know.
Tell me
You're
shoes.
wanting to challenge me. Okay. Challenge accepted. I love it. No, I'm dying to hear from the tribe chief. I would love to hear from you. One, I love your guys' names. You have the power of fireflies, which I love, and then you're the tribe chief, which try saying that 3 times fast. Okay. I don't know about y'all, but it was a tongue twister for me. So I'm just saying, but I'm dying to hear from you because you guys have just amazing
I
code
would love
like
to.
headline.
Yeah. I can go and just share that I can go really deep on this because Ilonka kind of came from a past life in many ways. I was notified of her appearance through ways I could never have imagined, and she has been part of my life since then. She became soul family. So I remember the first time I met Ilonka in this weird place online where I was just a ordinary coach going over my clients, and she showed her frameworks. She showed her way of thinking, and I was hooked. And after that, like, this is what, 4 years? 4 years ago?
Yeah.
After that, it has been a continuous ride to just see her achieve things that has made me proud on another level. Like, when I see what Ilonka does and hear her speak of her passion and just knowing that she's in the world trying to make it better with her magic, I feel blessed to be in your company, and it has been an honor to be part of this ride with you. And I look forward to what this is going to bring into existence, because this is just the start, you know. I love you, Ilonka, really, like family. Like this, you deserve every bit of celebration and recognition and just acknowledgement for what you've done. Well done.
Thank
I
you,
look
my
forward to
friend.
having your book behind me.
Maybe it's gonna replace that one that's always there.
Maybe.
And Araba just held up a copy, and I got to tell you, it's worth. I don't know if I can get this in. The cover of this book is magnificent. I mean, if that doesn't speak truth to power, I don't know what is, but it's gorgeous.
Yes. We
Oh
all
my
have it
goodness.
because we know of its importance. Do I have it in the thing?
Yeah.
It
I
is
love
very
it.
important in this world. Yes.
I love it.
And
Ilonka,
you,
look at the impact.
yeah,
Just look at the
Amazing.
impact.
yes.
You got the tribe treat over there was almost bringing, me to tears. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're going to save you to close us out. Okay. We all can't be crying right now. You're going to close us out. Okay. I've nominated you. You've been nomatold. That's what's happening. Okay. But I mean, just hearing the way that everyone is talking about just the impact that you've made in their lives and with this book, but the impact that you have made, right? I think that to me is already a success. Your book is already a success because look at the way it's impacted all of these people on with us today, right? And I'm just like the small little peon that gets to throw this party. Like I'm just honored to be here. This is amazing. Yeah, see, Mickey feels the same way.
Smaller.
No, I love it. Mickey feels the same way.
This.
I love doing this though because I think it truly does show the impact that you make. Most, authors, you guys don't see it sometimes, right? And I think it's important.
Ilonka, I want to say something as well, if I can.
Yes, please.
Thank you for, first and foremost, thank you for including me with this esteemed lineup of individuals that are here to support, love, and advocate for you. And I'm going to be very, very honest and candid about some things, if I can be. When I first met with you, I was unsure of how this project was going to fall from a media standpoint. I was unsure of the direction because there are so many books that protest and are written about what you're talking about. And they talk about writing it, but they don't actually follow that. And the more I got to know you and the more I got to able to book you for the media, the light bulb flashed off for me with the reality that your book is exactly what the world needs right now in terms of the messaging, in terms of the understanding, in terms of the community aspect, the love aspect, and the messaging around it. And and I know Amy feels the same way. I am extremely proud, honored, and blessed to be able to work with you on this project. And thank you for bringing all those aspects into our lives. I just wanted to say that to you. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you for saying that, Mickey. That means the world. Thank you. And you too, Amy. We've been growing together, getting to know one another and allowing each to bring our own magic in the way that is special to us. So thank you for saying that in a very beautiful way. I that hit a chord. I'm telling you, Amy, it's getting tougher and tougher to to top that one. So I'm filled with a lot of gratitude right now. A lot of gratitude.
Well, I want to say something.
Yeah, Juliet.
I'd love to
Yes,
say
please.
something. Yes, to Ilonka. Well, thank you very much for inviting part of this online book launch party of your beautiful first book. I feel very honored, actually, to be part of this group of transformations and guide people in the journey of awakening. I haven't experienced this process of your writing close up. I've been sort of more on the fringes of your life, but here in Aruba. But when I hear you laugh, I remember years ago working together, and your laughter was, one of those. It's so characteristic of you, and we can be in the middle of deep stress, and then you laugh. It breaks and it reminds us that life is funny. But I want to really congratulate you. I've been reading the book this morning. I took some time in space just to look at it, and I think it's really a fantastic book. I mean, like and others, for years I've been reading books on transformation, etc. But you've done such a fantastic, beautiful job of weaving your personal, the poetic. I can really feel, the speaking through. So I like someone said, it's a message, and it's a message of our time. And we need to hear it, but not with our brain, but with our heart. So thank you very much for putting this out there for all of us, Ilonka.
Thank you, Juliet, and for being an amazing friend and colleague and visionary. It's I'm very grateful our paths have crossed and for this long. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm dying to hear from you, Ernie. I want to hear from you.
I'm waiting because I see somebody out there to speak at the last one. Probably the process, I experienced the process from the beginning, but I haven't heard Priscilla yet.
Oh yeah, I just unmuted myself. I was like, oh, I think the universe is telling me it's my turn. So thanks, Ernie. you know, yeah, so originally I encountered Ilonka in a quantum space of visionaries being mentored together. And I was learning more and more about her. And I encountered Ernie in the group as well. And then also, it was really great. It was just about us really designing what we are doing and doing it with full authenticity and not so much compromising. We're just going to be who we are. And I clicked in YouTube and found Ilonka's walk. What is it? Walk
for the
of
world.
the world for Joe Dispenza to get a flavor. I had not encountered Ilonka in a one-on-one yet. We were kind of in touch doing that. And then when I watched that video, I thought, wow, the ceremony and the energy and the space and the connection you have with the ocean, your bare feet walking on the sand, and it just brought me more tranquility and presence. I even could feel your energy across the video and was like, this woman is someone I need to be around. So more. So we eventually connected on our one-on-one, and it was almost like I had many conversations with you before that one call. It just felt so like it was we were just so connected on many levels. I received lots of recommendations from you and was able to share my resources, and then your book arrived, and I just saw something in there that said something about this is the era of light. And I just thought it's so poignant for me to feel the truth in that and own the truth, because I'm walking in that, and the voice is still needing to be strengthened in the world to walk with our light as a holistic being. I work in mind body medicine, and so that integration in the science with the spirituality helps. But I mean, many of us know without the science, this already was true. And
Yep.
so, Ilonka, thank you for putting a voice again to what's resonating as truth for all of us and giving it a frameworks. The frameworks I'm going to be using. So,
Yay.
Ilonka,
Thank you, Priscilla.
thank you so
That's
much.
so beautifully said. Thank you, my friend. And likewise, it was like kindred spirits when we had our virtual coffee.
It really was. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to share my words. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Priscilla. And I think I have to share a couple of things right now.
I think so too.
Yeah. When I first met Ilonka, I felt something special. I felt that this is someone that functioned totally different than the people you normally meet. Someone who connect on a different level. So I didn't know back then what it was, what attracted me to her. But later I found out that she is not working. She is not working on the normal, rational way. She had other influence and other information coming in. And me being a holistic engineer and somebody who's working with the universal intelligence, with my intuition, I felt that there is a correlation. And when I started to experience more her work and the way she functioned, then I realized why we were connecting at that level, at that soul level, because there's much more than we see, and she brings much more to the table. And later, what we as a team were able to do would take people, a team of 10, 20 people, what we could do, because it was not on rational level, not on the linear level, at quantum level. And that's what actually made this book also special. So our life, how difficult it was, I know there is someone special that is bringing to this universe something, a message that is different than others. So when she started with writing the book, I was reading part of it, and I experienced the book, the birth of this book. And there are things in there that you will normally not read in other books. One of the very powerful things is the framework. The framework helps you to lift to a complete different level and to see it multidirectional and to experience things that are not linear. And if you look at the experiences she mentioned in her book, I can connect with that because that's the same way I function as a holistic engineer. I'm not going to look at buildings. I'm going to communicate with buildings, feel the buildings, just like Ilonka was communicating with her plants and communicating with their animals. And so at that level, she's connecting with people, not the rational level a lot of people are doing, trying to feel deeper who the person is. And if you can feel deep who somebody is, you can help that person. So if you can feel this universe, what the problems are, you can help lift this universe. So this book is not a book on its own. It is a work in acceleration. It is a work that everybody should read, not because she wrote it, because it helps me as well. Her way of thinking helped me as well. It built me up. I have been successful in everything I touched, but she helped me become a lot better because she helped me with the softer part and helped me to align the thinking and help me to grow in certain ways that I was not focusing on. So thank you so much, Ilonka. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad to be part of the process, be able to witness this. And I know the people who read this book, it will affect their lives. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Annie. Beautifully said.
Hey, Ilonka, I think I have a way I can follow that up.
You go.
I know it's gonna be really hard. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's gonna be really hard, but I think you're gonna like it.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Totally.
Look at this, your #1 new release in business motivation and self-improvement. I know. That mouse drop right there just made this all worth it. That was so
great. Oh my God.
Congratulations, Ilonka. That's
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's just in one category.
I'm just seeing this now. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, that was the best way. See, I can follow up sometimes, you guys. That was like the best
Well
way.
done. Well done.
Thanks
It
a
was
lot,
perfect
Amy.
timing, Ernie. It was so great.
Amy, thanks a lot. You just caused more work for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I did. You're welcome. You are welcome. Embrace it. Embrace it.
Wow.
But that's just the first category, you guys,
Yeah.
that I've looked at, that I've seen. And so that's a big milestone. Ilonka,
That's
look at
awesome.
you.
Wow.
That's
You know?
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
We'll,
Amazing.
we'll get the word out, Ilonka. It'll all be good.
I'll take a screenshot of it so you can stare at it.
Yes,
And then
yes,
you can
please,
we can
please.
just rewatch the video too, but I'll take the screenshot for you
This
too.
is
So you
this
have
is
it.
it couldn't have come in a better way. Thank you for showing it to me in this way, because I had no idea.
Prepare to get very busy.
Amazing.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
Thank
amazing.
you to all of you, and Mickey and Amy especially. You've really, yeah, what you do is, and together, I love the way you guys work together to and help my work also come out. This is amazing. Yep.
Ilonka, all me and Mickey did was just showcase how great you are in your book.
Absolutely.
You're the one that wrote the book. You're the one that's impacted all of these people. I mean, Ilonka, do you know how excited I was the first time that you text me? Because you caught on. Mickey will catch on eventually. I'm terrible with emails, you guys. I get like 3,000 emails a day. So if you text me at like 5 a.m. or email me at 5 a.m, that baby is pushed down by 10. Okay, so if you don't hear from me, do what Ilonka does, and she texts me, and I respond. I'm like right there, because I can do that with a 5 and a 4-year-old. I can text you back. So when Ilonka started texting me and she told me who it was, I was like, I like her. Like, she gets it. She knows the way to communicate is through a text message through me, and that's beautiful. I love it. It's amazing.
I'm learning, Amy. It's been a couple of years, but I'm learning. Half the
I'll give you
emails
some
you get
tips,
are from
Mickey.
me. Half the emails you get are from me. So
I know.
Sometimes I think I need to let Ilonka know something. So, but I'm in Europe right now. She's in Aruba. So there's a time difference. So I'm waiting, but sometimes I know she's sleeping. Then I send her a message, and within an hour, I hear a response. I said, Ilonka, you're supposed to sleep now.
You're supposed to be asleep. When do you sleep, Ilonka? When do you sleep? I love it. I love it almost as much as I love the fact that I could show you on here and not tell you, because I've been looking at this the whole time that you guys have all been talking, right? And the fact that I could show it to you and I got your general reaction, I got to witness it. That is the greatest part of my job, you guys, is to see all that, because all of your guys' faces were very similar, but Ilonka's was the most like, oh my God, it was great. All of you guys, all of your mouths dropped, but Ilonka was just shocked. And to me, I'm like, Ilonka, man, your book deserves to be where it is. And it's amazing that we can all celebrate live in time when it's actually happening. I don't get that opportunity to do that very often. And so I think it says something about your book. Definitely all of these people have said something about your character and about this book, that they've all had the opportunity to read, impact in some way, and the impact you've made on their life, right? And I think that says something. So I think this being number one in business motivation and self-improvement, hot new release in that is just the ribbon on top of all of this, right? All your 1 year of publishing turned into 3, all of that came down, I feel like, to this moment. It's a big deal. I can't think of a better person that deserves it than you.
Thank you, Amy. That means a lot.
Amy and Mickey, I want to thank you both. And behind the scenes, Ilonka and I are, every day we are going back and forth. And I have heard your name probably 1 million times.
I'm not going to be able to leave this. I'm getting a big head. Thank you for that.
It's okay. I'm choosing to assume that they are all positive, wonderful things. I'm going to assume those things. Okay.
But sometimes it's like, I need to call Mickey, or I need to call Amy, and it was the whole day, the whole time. She's working on it, and from all the angles. And I'm sitting here and I'm trying to help and ask, okay, can I help? Can I do something? And no, I still have to do this. I still have to do this. This morning, she woke up 2:00 in the morning.
I got a text from her at 5:30 my time. So I figured she was up early. Because I was like, Ilonka, girl, I'm just getting out of bed to take my kid to school. Okay. I don't know if you want to talk to me this early in the morning.
That is one reason.
No caffeine.
That is one reason for that. She don't want to be good. She want to be excellent.
Well, and it's also the sand, because I have my 81-year-old mom here, so it's juggling all those things. And so that's why it's amazing to be with people that understand you, that it's
But Ilonka, have you ever stopped to think? And I'm just sitting here listening to all of you guys, right? I don't know Ilonka as well as all of you guys, and I haven't known her as long as all of you guys. But Ilonka, I will tell you the thing I noticed from the very first time that you reached out to me and Mickey, and we had this whole conversation. And I understood your concept when you were talking about it, and I understood it, and me and Mickey had talked about it. But you have all of this stuff going on, right? You and your husband are in different places. You're taking care of your mom. You have all of this other stuff, and you wrote this book, and you were dealing with the timeline that it went on a little bit longer than you expected, right? But I have never heard, you've never complained about it. You've never done anything. You always see the positive and the great in all of these things, right? And I feel like nowadays that's incredibly difficult to come across, right? I mean, I'm puppies and rainbows, happy go lucky in my bubble, but there are some days I just am sick of everybody, right? But I've never heard or encountered or anything like that from you. And I think that for someone like me who just can go off the rail sometimes, not even gonna lie to you, that makes the biggest impact to me, because I'm like, you know what, I want to be like Ilonka, where all these things don't really affect me. They don't change the outcome that I want my day to be, or the impact that I want to have on people's lives. Everybody has stuff going on, right? And so I can say, everybody else got to say all their stuff, right? And I can say that meeting you at that moment to where we are now, and that you caught on so quick to text me, which that just brings me the ultimate glee. It just makes me so happy. I'm like, Ilonka gets me. Those things, as small as they sound, are the biggest impact for me, because me and Mickey both work in very stressful environments, right? And so to have someone like you there that understands that, but is just radiating all of the things that you're radiating, all the positivity and everything that you're radiating, to me, is just the biggest impact of all. To be honest, I don't encounter people like that very often, Ilonka. So it's amazing. So I'm just grateful that you came into mine and Mickey's life, and that I got to do this small celebration for you and to celebrate, because I think this book could do wonders, and I think it's impactful. I mean, you can tell by everyone that's on here and watching and engaging on YouTube. So you've already made an impact, Ilonka. We're all here to show you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to congratulate you, Ilonka, because what you and I went through the last 6-7 years, anybody who went to 1/10 of what you and I went to would have gone crazy. That you are able to pull this off after 7 of those years. Chapeau. Chapeau.
Yeah, it became one of the shifts, because, and it is also my driving force. One of the shifts is consciously reframing your life experiences. And what Ernie said, we lost everything, so we've seen it all, lost the country, lost the bank account, lost everything. And it took a little bit longer to reframe that. But I realized that for me, this new iteration to come out, it was like, you need to let go of that part of, your life, and really step into that newness, and really understand at a deep level what it means to pass through that, so that you can be there for others and be that hope, because if I went through it, then so can others. And Amy, what you said about, because I have my days too. I've learned that, when I, sometimes it's like, you have children, I have a mom, then when you're at that moment, can't do. And Ernie reminds me, and he said, Ilonka, go for a walk, and I do. I walk in the garden, I sit with the trees, and sometimes just that 1 or 2 minutes, and breathing and finding myself again. Now I can re-enter the world again. And it's that learning that rhythm of life, that it's not, and I say that too, it's not, when we're quantum rebels and we're owning the fullness of who we are, it's not that life gets all this rosy. It gets better and better, but we still live in this very unjust world. And it's how can we flow with the rhythm and understand that just like the stock market, there'll be, fluctuations, but we're always going up, and that's, now knowing that even that I'm going through it, I know that it goes quicker to go through the more difficult parts of life. And then it gets less and less, of the difficult stuff.
It's great that you always are the light bulb in the room and the person with the answers. That is great.
I don't know if I have always the answers. I always say there's always an answer there, and we just have to look for it and know that even when we cannot find the answer, to trust that the answers are there. It's just, it's like I have to be very honest. I wasn't going to tell this story, Amy, because in the beginning, I was like, this morning I told myself, Ilonka, stop, because I tell my people or my clients, don't pull up the plant every time and look to see if the roots have start growing. And when it was first with the bestseller, I was like, okay, is it going on YouTube? Oh, what is it? Amazon. I was like, Ilonka, well, you just stop it. Let it just go wherever it needs to go. You know that this is, I know what the intention was of this book. It's not about personal fame and stuff. It's about changing the world. And here you come with this, it couldn't have happened in a more beautiful and meaningful way. So I am deeply touched.
So good. No, you deserve it. Ilonka, 100%, you deserve it. And I know that you have something that you want to share with everyone. Do you want to do that now?
Do we still have time? Because we don't have to. Yeah. Okay.
Ilonka, we have all the time.
Okay.
It's your party. It's your party.
Let me show. What did I do? I said share screen, I think. Yes. Here. And I share the window. Yes, the window here. And then I put it in here. So, like I said in my introduction, that the book is more than just a book. It's a movement for us to transcend traditional success and transform our life, leadership, and business with the power of inspiration. And with that, when is the invitation that when you ordered a copy of Quantum Rebel, you are, this is, from my heart to yours are these gifts to that are designed to really elevate your journey. So everyone that purchases Quantum Rebel, and Amy, you say it better than I, so you'll repeat it later on, but we have the price now at 99 cents to make it, really easy as possible. But the gift is that it's an immediate key to join the Quantum Rebel community. And that is really a community for all those who are hearing. Some of us know it, hear it, and are doing it. Some of us are still emerging, but it's that visionary voice within and that deeper calling to make a difference for ourselves and in the world. And I always say it's not about the size. We could be the parents of the one child that is whose lives we change, and we don't know what impact that child will have. So it is. So the doors will open in December, and this is about meaning, collaboration. It's kind of what's been happening here. That you have how do you say that? Like-minded and like-hearted. I say. Visionaries, people coming together. And then for those that are to honor the early alignment with the mission, everybody that comes in for a limited time, so that I will personally have scheduled welcome you into the community with a 15-minute Zoom call to really set the stage for your most powerful transformation and so setting the tone for your journey. And then in the community, we'll be having monthly book circle sessions. It's more than a book club. It's really about connecting in the way that we are now and going deeper and supporting one another. And all of the I haven't formally invited you yet, but all the transformational authors, you are all already on the list to be invited as guests so that we can also go into and really support one another, because that's really what the Quantum Rebel movement is about, is supporting one another. It's not about the me alone. It's about we, because together we can make a difference and cause it and create a tipping point in where our humanity is going. So that is that. And then in the community, you'll have one of the shifts. Actually, the first shift is becoming a master of awareness, because that's what it really starts. Learning to look deeper at ourselves in a loving way. In the book, I call it, learning to look like with the eyes of a jaguar when he's about to get his next meal. So he's totally pierced and totally focused, yet with the heart of our wise inner child, so that we do not judge ourselves, and we let go of that judgment. So that is there in the community. And then this is for the ones that are listening here and for others, but the first 50 members that are coming into the community, I will personally sign a book for you. I support a local small business here in Aruba that makes these beautiful candles and that carries the scent of the Aruban ocean, because that's really where this was always born, from my poems into Quantum Rebel. And they'll also get a beautiful bookmark so that you can read well. Yeah. And I believe that's it. Yes. So, the invitation is get your copy. It's right now still at 99 cents for a while. And then you can join us at just thequantumrebel.com, or you can go to the link book or just click on the link there. And that's the invitation to all of you who feel and hear that visionary voice within, and that is telling you it is time to show up in more fully in this world and let your light shine. How about that, Amy?
Hey, Ilonka, you want to say something else?
What?
Of course you do. Of course you want to say something else, right?
Do I want to say something
So
else?
all of your categories that you're in right now, so let me read them all to you, okay? Because I feel like it's important. So you're currently listed in motivational business management, right? And then you're in business motivation and self-improvement and personal transformation, right? So I feel like it's fair for you to know that you are currently number one in the new release section of all three of those categories. And just in case you don't believe me, right, I'm going to show you the personal transformation one, because I feel like what better way to end it than on this note, right? I feel like this is a pretty good way to do it, right? So right here, new releases, personal transformation, you are number one. And here, I will do one better for you. Let's just click back on your book, right? Because your ranking's not going to update for here in just a minute. So let's go here to motivational business management. Let me show you what I have the fun of doing. Let's click here. Look at this right here. That's all three of your categories. You're number one hot new release in all three of them. And your book has a banner. And who doesn't want a banner? I like banners. I don't know if you guys do, but I do. So I'm just saying, I feel like this was a great day for you.
Oh my God. Oh.
Look.
Oh my
excited.
goodness. What better way than to celebrate this in a room full of quantum rebels? This is a big round of applause to all of us.
Amy,
wow.
want to ask you something?
Sure.
Can you send us a PDF? I would like to look at it.
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Yeah.
I got screenshots and everything. I've got all the receipts. I'll send it to you for sure,
Okay.
so you can have it.
I would love that.
Wow.
Ilonka, it's a testament to you and the message that you're doing. Lots, as I said earlier, lots of people are writing books in the subject matter that you're doing.
Yeah.
They are writing it You are living it. And that's why you're number one and they are not.
Yeah. Because Ilonka, so you guys all know I do the book promotion for Ilonka, right? Me and Ilonka party about her book. So it's a lot of fun. And all of my promotional team and everything, we were looking at it and we're like, oh, I think we can only get, maybe, number 5, maybe we can hit 3. And your book just exceeded all of our expectations of where we thought we could get it. We did not think, we were worried about, we thought maybe we would hit number 1 in one category, not all of your categories, Ilonka. Look at you.
Thank God you didn't say anything to me.
That is the way she coach people. She don't talk the talk, she walks the walk. She take your hand and walk with you. And that is why we two are together and we resonate, because I do the same in the technical area as an inventor and engineer. I don't show you how to tell you how to build a machine. I built it with you. I don't tell you to put a factory together. I put it together with you. So that is why we resonate. And that's why I experienced the growth of this book in walking the walk. She was walking the walk when she was writing this book. She was not putting words together. No, much more than that. Much more than that.
And growing while I was writing.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to work with. It's a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you, Mickey. Thank you.
I love
Amy.
it. I cannot think of a better way to close this out than that. I feel like that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And now you can sleep 8 hours now.
Ernie, I cannot now. Now I won't get. I'll have less sleep.
Oh, you guys have been so much fun. Ilonka, thank you for letting me host this for you and for being a part of this book's journey and to getting into the hands and the impact that it's going to make on others. And like I said, I cannot think of a better way to end this book launch than knowing that you are number 1 new release in all 3 of those categories. And all of you guys on here are nodding your head because those are huge categories. And so that's truly just amazing. And I can't wait to see what more impact your book has on the world. So all of you guys listening, joining, watching us later, go out and take advantage of Ilonka's promotion on her book. It is 99 cents. It will be listed as a link in the comment section. Make sure you go and grab it and take advantage of it. But you guys, until next book launch, which Ilonka, I need you to write another one because I'm excited to just continue this journey with you. I know you want to. I know I can feel it. I feel it, Ilonka. Don't say no. I can feel it.
First, we got to build the movement.
You can do it. You, if anyone can do it, Ilonka, it is you. 100%. But we hope all of you guys have a fantastic Friday. What better way to spend your Friday evening than to reading this book? So make sure you go out and grab it. But until next time, bye for now, everybody.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, everyone. This was amazing. Amazing.
Yay! You guys are great.